World News in 5.
Right now.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes. World News in 5. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
Good day to all of our listeners here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service. This is World News in 5 and I'm your host, Steph Vicente. Hong Kong officials say substandard safety netting may have contributed to the deadly type of fire that killed 151 people. Investigators found that contractors mixed fire-resistant nets with cheaper, unsafe ones, some hidden in hard-to-reach areas to avoid inspection. Anadolu reports 7 out of 20 samples taken from Wang Fuk Court failed fire retardant standards. The estate had been under renovation, wrapped in bamboo scaffolding and green netting that helped the fire spread. The blaze, Hong Kong's worst in decades, burned for 43 hours and affected more than 1,900 homes. 14 people, including the main contractor and scaffolding subcontractor, have been arrested. 5 more bodies were recovered on Monday, bringing the death toll to 151 with 79 injured. Around 40 residents remain missing, while 159 earlier listed as missing have been confirmed safe. The city raised its highest fire alert level for the first time in 17 years. In other news overseas, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has made an unusual request for presidential clemency, asking President Isaac Herzog to stop his ongoing corruption trial. TPS-IL reports the president's office revealed the move shortly after U.S. President Donald Trump wrote a letter urging Herzog to pardon Netanyahu. Netanyahu's 111-page request includes a personal letter and another from his lawyer, who argued that the trial is preventing the prime minister from fully focusing on Israel's current challenges. However, President Herzog has previously said a pardon would require Netanyahu to admit guilt, something he has repeatedly refused to do. The request has now been forwarded to the Justice Ministry's Pardons Department for review. Officials called the submission extraordinary and released it publicly for transparency. Netanyahu is facing charges of fraud, bribery, and breach of trust in 3 separate cases, including allegations of accepting expensive gifts and offering regulatory favors in exchange for positive media coverage. And finally, Australia says it is closely tracking a Chinese Navy flotilla moving through the Philippine Sea amid concerns the group could head toward Australian waters. ABC reports Australian Defence Minister Richard Marles stated that the military will continue monitoring the vessels until officials are sure they pose no threat. He said Australia keeps watch over key areas of interest, including as far as Northeast Asia, and maintains strong defense assets in the country's north. Marles did not reveal how the flotilla is being monitored, but assured the public that Australia has full maritime awareness in the region. In response, China's foreign ministry said its naval fleets always follow international law and conduct their operations legally, according to state media. And that concludes today's edition of World News in 5. For Radyo Pilipinas World Service, this has been Steph Vicente. Good day and stay safe, everyone.
World News in 5.
Right now.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes. World News in 5. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.